So a few days ago, I watched the fourth installment of the John Wick series, which I saw with a couple of my friends, and we had a good time watching the film. But ever since the day I watched it, I had this craving, this desire to talk about the film, because despite it being a good film and providing me exactly with the experience I'd expect a John Wick movie to deliver, it felt fairly bare bone, fairly empty of the joy I used to have while watching the John Wick series. Even the third movie, which I thought like it can't get any sillier, because like the third movie had some interesting fucking plot points which like my suspension of disbelief just couldn't fucking handle. But it's not about the plot, it's not about the characters, it's never been about these things, it's been about the action. Like, fuck the plot, fuck the characters, fuck everything else, fuck all the video game logic and the fucking way the crime world is portrayed in these fucking movies and the way the characters talk. And just the fact that fucking John Wick can fucking murder like 900 people with like a toenail clipper or something. It doesn't fucking matter, it's fucking awesome. It's great. It's exactly what I want to see in an action film, right? But then comes like the fourth part, and it's the most perfect fucking opportunity for me to watch this film because I felt pretty fucking exhausted and I just wanted like a dumb movie, like dumb plot wise. Like, fuck the plot. I don't want to think. I just want to see like crazy action and fucking batshit insane fucking bullets flying and people fucking exploding and all that fucking great shit that you see in a well executed action movie, right? But I'm watching this film, and I fucking swear there were a few times during this film where I just felt like turning it off and doing something else. Because, I don't know. It just felt like a lacking experience. And I heard all of these great things about it. Critical called it, the best in the series, and it's really well received. And I don't know. So let me talk about this film. Let me talk about why I feel, like this movie just lacks, which, like I said, first of all, it is a great film. And there, people don't need to fucking start riots in the streets that, someone didn't like a John Wick movie. What the fuck? No. It is a great movie. And it is a movie I definitely recommend you to watch and make your own opinion of the movie, your own perception of the film. But me personally, like I said, it's just I'm watching it and I'm sort of enjoying it, but at the same time, it's like, well, let me start, I guess, with the plot, which is like the last thing anyone would talk about when it comes to a John Wick movie. In this film, like, the one thing that it does well with the plot is that the introduction is very fucking short. Like, they keep it very, very brief. Like, I couldn't even understand what the fuck was happening in the introduction. It's just like, okay, so here's a little bit of the previous movie, and now here's, like, the current location of John Wick, and here's this new location, like, this new... what was it? Was like a bar or like a casino or some shit, and these new characters, and then before you fucking know it, the fucking action kicks in, right? So that's really well executed. But in the rest of the film, we have a character that I believe is recurring from the previous film, if I'm not mistaken, this blind guy. Which, this is where the fucking film is just like, are you fucking serious? So we have these fucking, like, top assassins and, like superb hitmen, and this fucking blind dude, that's just like, I don't fucking care, I don't need to see the fucking enemies, I'm gonna fucking murder the shit out of... Okay, fine, whatever, but it's like... This is where I was, my eyebrow was just a little raised, like, I don't know, I Then we have, like, this other bad guy. I guess I'm talking about the characters more than the plot, but it all ties in. I fucking hated the shit out of this character. And he's the antagonist, but it's not that he's, a good villain. It's just the way that he fucking talks. Really fucking reminded me of the old Matrix films, which, you could say, well, the Matrix films are good films. I never liked the Matrix movies, and this was one of the things I really despised. The way the fucking characters talk. And this fucking guy, he's like the next fucking, I don't know, like the next fucking Stoic or something, like the fucking Aristotle with the way he fucking talks. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, there's no character to this guy whatsoever other than I'm a bad guy and I hire people to, like, assassinate John Wick. Meanwhile, talking in these, like, fucking riddles and, you know, je m'appelle, you know, at the same time, because he's a fucking French character, you know, with his fucking accent. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, every time this fucking guy would appear on screen, it's just like, no, stop. Fucking get this guy out of here. Then, let me go back to the whole, like Japanese fucking restaurant, whatever the fuck that place was, all right? You know, we have, like the fucking, like, they're, of course, like, a crime clan or whatever the fuck they are. It doesn't fucking matter. And then, like, these bad guys come in here, you know, fucking, we need John Wick, you know, he's done bad things. He's a bad man. We need him. We believe that he's fucking held in this location. And then, of course, a big fucking crime fight ensues. And these motherfuckers are fighting, like, a gunfight with bows and katanas and shit. Like, why? What? Like, it doesn't even look cool or you know, interesting or anything. It's just, so instead of, like, using weapons, which I think they eventually start fucking using, like, no, katanas and bows. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Then there's a fucking character, his name is Mr. Nobody, which, guess fucking what? It's a John Wick movie, so we gotta have dogs. Jesus fucking Christ, like, with the dog shit, like, I think it was in the third movie, like I said, this is where my disbelief was like, I couldn't fucking handle it, because there's this woman with dogs, right, and like, everything's fine until her dogs get killed. Then the fucking batshit craziness fucking ensues, like, because her dogs got killed. And in this movie, it's like, oh, well, we have, like, half the fucking planet being assassinated in front of our eyes, but then there's a dog, and it's like, it's almost like John Wick has a change of heart or something because dog. And, like, I don't know, with these fucking movies, it feels like the dogs are more, like, intellectual and meaningful of like, characters than the fucking people. It's like, oh, fuck these fucking people that are dying in front of us, dog, you know what I mean? Fuck talking about that. Then there's this, what is his name? Does he even have a name? This fucking, this, like, we just called him Q. Like, I think he's actually Q, but I might be wrong. But I was calling him Q because he kind of reminded me of Q from Street Fighter and the Third Strike a little bit. This fucking guy, like, I guess he's like some sort of super, I don't even know, like G-Man kind of character, like Half-Life. I don't fucking know what his role is. He just comes into a place and it's like everyone's fearful of him. Like, he's the big bad, like, super crime dude or so. I don't fucking know. The whole point is, like, the methods this fucking guy uses, like, at the start of the film, he brings a giant fucking hourglass for whatever reason. Like, you have 1 hour to, what was it, evacuate the hotel or solve a problem or some shit. What's with the fucking hourglass, bro? Like, what? Okay. Then, at one point, there's, like, this fucking argument, like, the characters are having. So, I shit you not, they're fucking resolving it with, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something. Well, it's not literally Yu-Gi-Oh! But it was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what fucking ancient fucking tactics are utilized in this fucking film? Like, is this fucking necessary? Like, next you'll fucking have John Wick throwing fucking rock, paper, scissors or something. Like, yeah, I win. You know what I mean? Like, what? What the fuck is going on here? And then by the end of the film, there's like, I don't want to spoil anything, okay? I still want you to fucking see this movie for yourself. But by the end of the movie, like, there's a really strange, fucking nonsensical plot point that happens. But again, fuck the plot, fuck the video game logic, fuck that, right? It's just that at points, even I, like, even a guy who's played a fair bit of video games in his time, you know, even I was like, are you fucking serious with this shit? Like, am I supposed to believe in this? Like, when I have to compare this movie to like, films with the dark, like The Dark Knight, for example, and even deemed the fucking Dark Knight a more logical film, you know, in terms of its plot, like, there's a fucking issue right there, okay? But fuck that, you know, and fuck the characters, like I said. these are not the reasons we watch these fucking movies. It's not Mr. Nobody. It's not the fucking blind guy. It's not Q from Street Fighter Third Strike. It's not the Japanese dude. You know, fuck all of these characters. You know, they don't matter because they're just, you know, little plot points to keep the movie going. But what the movie is all about is it's about the fucking combat, obviously. That's why I watch these films. That's why everybody watches these fucking films. And the combat is pretty fucking, like I said, shallow. And the reason for this, for me, personally, was because it feels like this movie really had nothing new to bring to the table. It felt like every movie up until this point brought something new, brought something interesting, something fresh. This fourth film was just like, fuck it, pistols. Like, John Wick gets like one pistol, which didn't even get like its own fucking like description done by fucking Peter Serafinovich, which is what I loved about the fucking second film. Like, when John Wick is suiting up, you know, he comes over to fucking Peter Serafinovich's fucking, I guess, private fucking house or some shit, and he's like, hello, Mr. Wick, what kind of, you know, what kind of cool shit would you like to fucking equip yourself with in this movie? And he's like talking about the guns and describing them, you know, in all of this cool fashion. In this film, it's like one gun, and it's like, yeah, so here's a pistol that shoots bullets, and it looks cool, and that's what you're getting, you know? Fucking carry on doing what you do, Johnny boy, you know? Like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I didn't like that part. And there's like one scene in this film where he's using a dragon breath shotgun, which is like, I guess, supposed to be the highlight. But for me, it's like, I don't fucking know, man. It felt shallow as fuck with the combat scenes. It really fucking did. Like, I feel like the only thing that could have saved this fucking movie is like John Wick being like, yeah, I'm not as good when it comes to action these days. So I have my trusty RPG pistol with me or some shit, and I'm gonna fucking do some fucking crazy shit in this film, you know, fucking just cause like a Michael Bay almost kind of thing, I guess. And you could say, well, that's not all that great. But for me, I don't know, that would have fucking done a better job, because it's like, in the past 3 movies, we've already seen everything that John Wick can fucking deliver. I just fucking saw a crow fucking shit in midair. And that's more fucking entertaining than the fucking goddamn movie. I shit you fucking not. Because it's like, you have the fucking John Wick, like, knocks down an enemy, then reloads his gun, and then finishes him off after reloading thing. That's done in the previous fucking 3 movies. We have fucking, you know, John Wick fist fights. But it's like, I don't know, it's just like, we've seen this shit before. We know who John Wick is. I know who John Wick is, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, so we have like this big army coming for him or some shit, and assassins, and it's like, half the time I don't even know like why a certain combat scene is even ensuing, you know, like what the reason for it is. It's just like, oh, it's happening, you know? John Wick's bounty keeps getting higher and higher, and motherfucking John Wick is just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna, like, fall out of another fucking, like the fucking Burj Khalifa or whatever the fuck it's called building, fall fucking flat on my back. It doesn't matter. Gonna keep fucking going, you know? And none of that shit is impressive. There were some points in this movie which were pretty funny, because of how stupid they are. But other than that, it's like, I don't know, like, in the first film, okay, it's like, oh wow, we have this like super fucking like action combat hitman guy who can fucking assassinate a shit ton of people pretty flawlessly, you know, that's pretty fucking impressive. And like I said, every movie feels like delivers something new. This one is just like, really one gun that John Wick has. Like in the second one, like I said, he got more guns, you know, more guns provided to him, you know, cool scenes. And this one is just like, oh, and let me talk about, definitely gotta fucking talk about this part. This movie felt way too fucking dark. Like, so much of this movie was done like during nighttime or in these like dark spaces and shit. And it's like, I can't fucking see anything, god damn it. I can't see the action. I don't know, maybe it was the angle I was sitting at or some shit, but it's like, I can't see anything. And we were watching this movie in the fucking dark, And it's like, I don't see the film. Okay, I don't see what the fuck is happening. God damn it. I don't know. That was really disappointing. And everything just felt like, I don't know. It's just, I've seen this, like, been here, done that, basically, with the movie. Like I said, this movie felt like it needed something new, but it's like, what can it really do at this point? Like, we've seen everything. So like I said, bring some fucking RPGs or something, like a grenade launcher, like, fuck it, alien weapons. I don't care. Do something new. Okay, because I've seen all of this in the previous fucking films, and like I said, the plot isn't helping. The characters are boring as fuck. Not boring as fuck, but like way too, what would I call it, anime-esque. You know, like way too, like I can't fucking believe in these characters, man. Like, you ain't convincing me that a fucking blind dude doesn't give a fucking, he's like John Wick style of fucking action bullshit. You know, no, I'm not fucking calling this shit for a fucking second. And then the fucking, like, end of the movie was just as fucking, like just such a fucking anticlimactic scene. I don't fucking know. Not gonna spoil anything, but either way the fucking ending could have gone would have been anticlimactic. Really, either way. Like, the movie is like, okay, so this movie, so the end of this film can go one of two ways, right? And I guess there's supposed to be this, like, level of suspense in what's gonna happen. When I think about it, like, either way it would have been, it's like, well, whatever, really. Like, there's the bad guy, of course, and it's like, I know that the bad guy's gonna die. That's not the spoiler. He's gonna fucking die. You know, like, that's fucking, like, no shit, man. Like, you could have 20 fucking IQ, and you would know that, yes, bad guy died by end of movie, just like previous 3 fucking movies, you know? Again, the plot wasn't the you know, the whole main course of the film. Like I said, the fucking action scenes are just so empty. So, it's like, you know, eating a really great dish. And you eat it the second time, it's like, yeah, that's exactly how I remembered. Fucking spectacular. It's like by the third, you know, like the third time you're having, it's like, well, you know, it's pretty great, you know, but I've had it a couple of times now, and I know all, you know, all that it fucking provides, you know, it's great. It's like the fourth time, it's like, fucking get the shit out of my fucking face, okay? Like, it ain't the same anymore. It ain't the fucking same. Like, add some spices to it or something, you know, add something there, something that fucking has the movie, you know, has its own little, like, how shall I say, an original factor to the film that keeps this movie separate from the other 3. Like, what does this one provide that the other 3 didn't? You know, something. It's like the dragon breath shotgun, no. The arrows, you know, the fucking katanas and bows and arrows, no. The fucking blind guy, get this fucking guy out of here. Okay, the Mr. Nobody character with his dog, and for some reason the fucking, like, what was it, like a lever action gun that he's, why are you using a goddamn lever action fucking weapon? It's like all of these characters, like I said, the fucking characters are just stupid as hell. Like, all of them are just, okay, so here's this guy with his quirk and this guy with his fucking quirk. You know, it's like, that's their character, but I don't give a fuck about them. But then comes the fucking action part, and it's like, no, not only is it too dark at times, but it's like, no, I've fucking seen this already, okay? Give me a fucking break. Like, I don't know, it's just empty of what made it good. Like, well, it's the 4th fucking installment, you know, it's pretty far in the fucking series by now. But at the same time, you know, this movie could have done so much more, it feels like, so much more to have, you know, it stand out. To be like, oh yeah, you know, so the second movie has this, and the third movie has that, and the first movie fucking started it all, and the 4th movie has, like, this super cool thing about it, like John Wick. I don't know, like, I would have rather fucking watched John Wick, like, fight a fucking tank with, like, a toothbrush or something. Yeah, you know what I mean? Fuck it. Why not? Why not? Okay, I'd go with that. But no, it has none of that. It has none of those things about it. It's just another, like, John Wick film, but nothing special about it. Just, here's John Wick shooting people, and here's John Wick shooting some more people, And he does some more shooting, followed by more shooting, and there's, oh, what's that? More shooting? Oh my god, I would have never fucking guessed it. But it's like, yeah, that's, I guess, you know, the whole principle of a good action movie doesn't have to be, you know, like a great, like, Joker-esque plot combined, you know, because that would be a fucking masterpiece, you know? But it's like, just empty, just Call of Duty levels of empty. It's like every Call of Duty game is like, well, here's this soldier guy that has a gun that shoots people, and I'm getting a call, so I'm gonna have to go now. That's everything I wanted to say about this film. Just, it's pretty empty. And by far my least favorite movie of the bunch, really. But do go watch it. Do go make your own opinions of it. And you might actually love it a lot. You might be like critical and say, oh, it's the best movie in the series. And I mean, sure, you may have seen something about this film that I didn't see that really got your fucking attention and got your fucking dick fucking exploding and your vagina fucking just like causing a fucking waterfall on the scene or something. Jesus fucking Christ, where did I learn this fucking language? But for me, pretty fucking empty experience. I don't know. So that's all I gotta fucking say about it.